So if you're looking for a build that absolutely destroys bugs very effectively and is fun at the same time, and on top of that, you have incredible survivability, then this build is going to be for you. So let's not waste time and jump right into it. Okay, so for this build, what we're going to be grabbing here, guys, is 500 kg. For the second red stratagem, you can pick up either the orbital laser or the cluster bomb. This is going to be completely up to you. If you feel like you need more tools to take out bigger targets, go for the orbital laser. If not, go for the cluster, okay? This game, we're going to go for the laser. This is where the magic starts. So you are going to go for the guard dog rover. The guard dog is incredible. The gas rover is now top tier easily against bugs. No brainer to pick it up. For the support weapon, you're either going to go for Quasar Cannon or for Arc Thrower. This is going to be up to you, whichever playstyle suits you more. For this run, we're going to go for the Quasar. However, as I said, the Arc Thrower works really well with the setup as well. You're going to be zapping targets. You're going to be stunning chargers, all that kind of stuff. It's super fun. But if you're worried about bigger targets, go for the Quasar Cannon. Once again, an option that is going to be completely up to you. I do have a separate build that is literally built around the Arc Thrower. And that build is also very strong against the new bug enemies. So if you're interested, I'm going to drop the link to that in the description. Make sure to check it out. Then for the booster, usually I pick up the stamina enhancement. Currently, we already have it, so I'm not worried about that. For the armor, 6 stim medical armor. And this is what's really cool about this build. You're going to go for the torture, and this works really good with the gas rover. It is a perfect combination. For the secondary, you can either pick up the ultimatum once again for bigger targets, or you can go for grenade pistol if you think that you need more tools to close down the bug holes. We, in this case, are going to go with the ultimatum, and we're going to combine this with the gas grenade. Now, remember that the gas grenade also closes down bug holes, so you don't have to worry about that. It's going to be another tool to confuse your enemies. Meanwhile, you're absolutely destroying them with the torture. Remember that you can also spray the ground with the torture from time to time and make it much harder for the bugs to get to you while the rover is absolutely confusing them. So why is this build overall so good? Well, it's honestly pretty simple. This setup covers absolutely everything on the bug side, and it does it very efficiently and very effectively. So for example, the torture itself can literally take out any enemy on the bug side pretty easily. If it's hunters, commanders, whatever it is running at you, as long as you know how to use the gun, you can destroy anything, right? But the best part about this build isn't just the torture. It's the combination of the torture with the gas rover. The fact that the gas rover confuses everything makes it much easier for you to take out enemies, which also adds survivability. Oh, and by the way, another thing that I completely forgot to mention is you can always go for the orbital gas strike as well. This does really well against the new enemies. But that said, we already have a bunch of tools to have good CC on this build. Now, I'm going to be working on another build that is going to be focused to the max on crowd control. So stay tuned for that. That build is going to be tons of fun as well. But in this one, I feel like we already have the gas grenades, we have the gas rover, and the torture in combination with those two is just a very strong tool. And even though the new bugs are really fast and very, very athletic, you can absolutely destroy them if you use this combination of the torture and the gas well. And what I mean by that is you got to understand that sometimes you're going to have to spray the ground as mentioned. And when the dot damage connects, that's when the fun begins. However, keep in mind that you always have to be on the move, especially with these new enemies. You can't be stationary. They do tons of damage. They hit you with the melee and spray you essentially at the same time, which is crazy amounts of damage. And since we are running the light armor, you gotta be moving and you gotta take advantage of that speed at all times in order to stay alive and deal as much damage as possible. So you gotta be rotating, spraying the ground, using your gas grenades. The rover's gonna do its thing, and that is essentially how you're gonna be surviving all the craziness that is now happening on the planet, okay? If you have any kind of issues with survivability, the gas rover just makes everything so much easier. You can have 3, 4, 5 chargers in front of you, literally all of them confused, just running around. You take out your Quasar, slap one of them, then you take out your torture, burn the other one. And if you just don't want to wait for the cooldown on the Quasar, well, you have the ultimatum. And as long as you're landing your shots, you're absolutely deleting everything on the bug side, right? Or pretty much anything in the game, to be honest. Then same goes for the Bile Titan as well. Just think about it. You have so many tools against everything. You have the 500 kg for those Bile Titans. You have the laser orbital in case you're worried about like bigger targets, or as mentioned, you can go for a cluster, which by the way, if you are running cluster, you're literally deleting everything when it comes to clears. Sometimes you can get some crazy kill streaks. And then you also have the ultimatum, the quasar, torture. Like, it's just a perfect build. You're not even worried about the bug holes because you have the gas grenades, or in the worst case scenario, you can use even the quasar or the ultimatum or whatever it is, right? So you're covering everything with this build. One thing that I will advise is that do not be afraid to be aggressive with this build. As soon as you have the gas rover, you can push in. As long as there's not like crazy amounts of Bile Titans, right? You should be good. One thing you need to focus on with this build, because we're not running the shield, is that you have to prioritize impalers. As soon as you see an impaler, try to kill it ASAP, because impalers can make your life much harder. But that said, we have tons of tools against impalers, and you can use them to delete them quickly so that they don't bother you anymore. But yeah, that's what I do. I like to prioritize impalers pretty much at all times. That makes my runs much smoother. Now, when it comes to the shriekers, I did at the beginning, we mentioned arc thrower. If you are worried about shriekers, arc thrower just takes care of them without any problems. Obviously, when you get used to the torture, you can easily melt them down from the air with the torture as well. You just gotta time it. All you gotta do is like tap them. That's all it is, and then they burn out, right? But that said, if you're worried about them, this build has more than enough tools to deal with heavy targets, even without running quasar. So go ahead and pick up arc thrower, and that just covers everything as well. If you're trying to go for a more support kind of based build, go for arc thrower instead of quasar. Even though quasar can support the team when it comes to bigger targets, as I said, we have tons of tools for heavy targets. And that said, the arc thrower really does well when it comes to controlling the battlefield. If it's chargers or just zapping targets across the map in general, including shriekers, it does an incredible job. So yeah, those are the things that really made me fall in love with this overall loadout. Oh, and there is one more thing that this build does really well, or should I say the gas rover does really well, and that is absolutely destroy stalkers. Stalkers are so funny when you're using the gas rover because they can sneak up on you, but they can't really sneak up on the gas rover. So it spots them right away and it confuses them, and you'll have many instances where you turn around and the stalker is just punching air essentially, which is really cool. And even though we're not running the shield here or anything like that, you're still not going to struggle against them at all. You'll just see him confused and you just melt them with torture. It is overall a super fun loadout, no doubt about it. Okay, now I'm going to leave you guys with some gameplay. Make sure to let me know what you guys think about the build in the comment section below. Thanks for all the love and support. Stay positive, stay disciplined, and enjoy the video. Dude, stalkers are so bad when you have this shit on you, dude. They can't do shit.
We're going for a full clear, yeah?
Sweet liberty, my life.
Nah, if we survive this, this is kind of crazy. I'm not going to lie. I don't even want to look back. Oh, we got some gas nades here, which is going to save our life. There we go. The amount of enemies that are behind me here is actually wild. We're actually going to throw a 500 here. Maybe even a laser, to be honest with you, because there's too many. Gotta stim up. We're out of stims, we gotta be careful.
My leg.
Spray the ground here a little bit. Maybe throw one gas nade too, just in case we get pushed. But look at that amount. Impaler. We gotta find the impaler here fast. I don't have any stims. As long as I can take him out, I'll be happy. Oh, the laser's going for him. Let's go. We're gonna move. Get some resupplies. This build is really fun. Oh my god. No stims. Did we drop it though? Yeah, we did. Gotta drop the gas nades again. And spray. And move. Like, that's the whole thing. You always gotta be on the move. These new enemies are fast, aggressive. Spray the ground. And the game crashed. Nope, it didn't crash. Okay, we're good. I thought it was going to crash there. See what I mean? Boom. This is the combination. The rover, the fire, all of those things combined. We got a charger. Not worried about it, to be honest. Boom, just like that. Get him out.
Not today.
And this is how the rover can actually save your life all the time. And obviously this is a play style, right? Like you got to get used to it. A lot of people will just try this for 5 minutes. It's not going to work. And they're going to be like, you know what? This doesn't work. But you got to understand how it works with the torture, how to spray the ground, the timing, the distance management, the speed you need, all of those things, you know? Once you kind of figure it out, it's super fun to use.
LYL'd. Oh.
Administering freedom.
That was splendid.
That was incredible.
That was splendid, mate. Raise a glass of water to that. Oh, you left me!
Bro, it was 1 second left. Where were you? It was 1 second left. You were not locked in, dude.
You fucking left me.
I was shouting, phase, phase.
No, you were not.
I literally, you didn't hear me? Wait, let me double check. Wait, let me double check the mic. Mic check, mic check, mic check.
Yeah, you actually never said that on the mic.
Oh shit, man. I was shouting, phase, I love you. I'm not going to leave you, phase. And I was like waving and shit, but you never showed up.